Okay, guys. A lot of people have been asking me whether COVID will end. If so, when will it end? My answer to this question is COVID will never end. You may be wondering what kind of answer this is. Isn't it a kind of, doomsday kind of attitude or pessimistic attitude? But let me ask a counter question. The SARS-CoV-2 virus, which causes COVID, belongs to the same family as the influenza virus. That is the corona family of viruses. We have all been used to and exposed to influenza or the common cold since very many days, since our childhood. Has it gone away, or have we found a vaccine for the influenza virus? Is there any effective prevention of the influenza? Then you might ask me, you cannot compare COVID with influenza, because influenza is a mild infection and COVID is a serious infection. Then comes a shocker from me. Every year, common cold kills more people than COVID. COVID has so far killed around 3 lakh people. But the common cold kills even more people every year around the world. Now, while you watch the slides, I will continue with this narration. Slides, please. So what you see on screen is actually a very colorful, in fact, lustrous, colorful, magnificent view of the coronavirus. It almost looks like a piece of art or an artifact. This virus is an RNA virus, and it has been wreaking havoc around the world for the last many days. And it belongs to the same family as the influenza virus or the coronavirus. Now, world over, attempts are on to find a remedy for COVID. People have tried hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, a number of retroviral drugs with limited or no success. And now every day news about new drug cocktails or combination of drugs which are supposed to be effective for COVID comes in the news. But then most of us, are not too optimistic about these news items, because we feel all these revelations about new drugs against COVID will continue, but the SARS-CoV-2 will continue killing people. So we do not see much hope in all that. And then there is news about a vaccine. The news about a vaccine from Italy, news that the Chinese have found a vaccine, that the Americans have found a vaccine. There is a recent news that the Pfizer drug company is going to commercially market the vaccine by August. Okay, all this is fine. But then, how far this vaccine will be effective is to be seen. Now let's see some more dramatic visuals of the virus, please. Yeah, this is a more realistic shot. It looks like a shot through an electron microscope. Move on. Okay, fine. So the claim that a vaccine has been found is to be taken with a pinch of salt, because the first question is how far the vaccine would be effective. The second question is, we cannot think of a vaccination program covering the entire population on planet Earth. It's not practical. And then selective vaccination may not bring any good results. How long the vaccines are going to stop the spread of the virus is another question. All this leads us to a big question mark. what else is a solution for COVID? I'd like to answer that. Back to me, please. So if not the vaccine and the drug combinations, what else can be the solution for COVID? World over, many sensible scientists are of the feeling that the only solution for COVID is by fortifying or strengthening your immunity. See, there is a conspiracy theory that there is no such thing as the HIV virus at all. HIV virus is simply a matter of imagination. In fact, what happens in HIV? Your immune system is weakened. When your immune system is weak, all kinds of microbial afflictions take place, leading to mortality, sometimes morbidity, more times. So, for COVID, the only long-term solution lies in strengthening the immune system through good diet, good lifestyle, reducing consumption of deleterious substances, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, consumption of more natural food, reduction of fried meats and synthetic foods, synthetic colors and flavors. So COVID is actually a signal for us to switch over to a more healthy lifestyle. And look at planet Earth, it has become much more healthy, it is greener, cleaner, atmosphere is clearer, so everything is fine. So now, what COVID has done, it has done a cleansing act. There is this traditional feeling that only the fittest shall survive. That is why the theory, survival of the fittest. So what the SARS-CoV-2 or the COVID virus is doing now is that it is making sure that only the fittest will survive this particular pandemic. So it's doing a cleansing job with reference to the planet, with reference to its people. And in the long term, there are only two things which will help us. One is a herd, H-E-R-D, herd immunity, means a group immunity, where most of us are exposed to the virus and develop antibodies for the same. Second is improving or strengthening or fortifying our immunity so that we develop resistance to this virus. So in the long run, COVID will never end. What we should end is our bad habits. What we should end is our practices that damage the environment. COVID is actually a signal. It's a cleansing agent from the Almighty. We should also think of developing our immunity, our general strength and well-being, and that's the only way out. So do not wait for the day that COVID will end. It will never end. Meanwhile, you make yourself stronger and more resistant to the virus. That's the only thing we can do. Thank you very much.